So the healing clinic was one of the most profound and greatest experiences of my life. And for a lot of other women, we've gotten testimonial after testimonial how incredible the experience was for them. We had over 400 women come through in the span of 2 days, and we had about 30 practitioners, and all of that was mostly volunteers. So we did a lot of work and we had a big impact within a small amount of time.
The women's clinic began as a vision and a prayer to see deep spiritual, emotional, psychological healing come to women who are part of communities that have historically experienced systemic oppression, and through the reality of their communities and families, also experience interpersonal and self inflicted traumas on really deep levels that then manifest as health, physical health conditions that they either don't have access to even the regular medical industry to deal with, or seek medical help and then find themselves getting treated for really narrow symptoms that don't take into account the emotional and spiritual root causes of those illnesses. And I witnessed a small clinic that was similar in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and I just knew that that was something that the women of the Bay Area really needed to heal.
My name is Sharina Thomas, and I'm from San Francisco, California. I'm an activist. I'm one of the founders of the People's Community Medics, and I've been a member of the Oscar Grant Committee for a very long time. And I met with Carla and do some work in the community. And when I first went to the clinic, my body, my mind, everything was a total wreck. I had been going through a lot. I suffer from post-traumatic distress from the trauma of things that's been going on in our community. I had several people dying in my family, including my mom. I had a lot of stress on me, along with running the organization, the People's Community Medics, with my sister, Leslie Taisha Phillips. We go through a lot of stress of people dying in our community. So I had a lot of tremendous weight on me when I went to them in October. And I had just left a funeral of a family member that day, and I had just lost 2 family members in 1 week at that time. So when I went and I received that treatment, my body instantly felt better, and I knew instantly that I had to give that to East Oakland. I knew that the women and the men in our communities all over the world need to feel what I felt. You just never know what's on you until it's off of you. And it's a wonderful thing to give to somebody, a gift. I want to give this to everybody. I mean, I get teary-eyed thinking about the tremendous weight, and I've been healed, and that means mentally, anything that's going on in my body, all that stuff, it's all gone, and I'm in tune with myself, and I feel that I'm better in tune with my ancestors. My dreams are coming true, and everything is in line, and things that is not for me, and people that have been around me that may not have been for me are separating themselves with me, and I'm at peace with the separations, and I understand that, and I'm just grateful. And I just feel like everybody I'm crying because I want to give it to the people so bad. We're working on it. When I got the call that it was gone, that my request went in, and that they wanted to do, the practitioners wanted to join in and do this work in East Oakland, I cried because I knew what I felt was real.
I feel like it was very important for a lot of us to have access to this healing, to these traditional practices that we usually don't. That was the purpose and the vision of the clinic. At that point, we knew Sasha was pregnant, and so I knew Sada would be there, you know. So I was like, I want to, you know, I had a few moms. I really want you to be there, you know, so you could get this awesome service that a lot of women don't receive. And then a lot of us, you know, we go through a lot of different traumatic experiences, and we don't have that time to stop and really focus and heal our bodies. So I know it's an opportunity for a lot of amazing women doing a lot of amazing things in the community, which happened to be my friends as well, to get pampered in a very holistic, spiritual way. And Sada and Sasha made an agreement to be have the midwife, you know, mama-patient relationship, which I thought was beautiful. Like, I was really excited. I didn't expect that. So now, you know, I was invited to be a part of Sasha's birth team as her doula, and I feel very honored. For one, it's like full circle in a way that was our prayer and our dream of the clinic, was for this full circle healing to happen, not just the day of the clinic, but it could transpire throughout people's lives, everyday lives. And with Sasha being pregnant, that meant Sada could be her midwife, and me being a student of midwifery, it meant I got opportunity and open doors for me to work with Sada in that way, and to now be learning so much from Sada and from Sasha's pregnancy, and being there as a support system.
The first option is you can choose in the moment. Like, well, I'm in active labor, but my bag of water is still open.
So then baby does not get coverage necessarily. Just because you get antibiotics does not mean that it's impossible for your baby to get group beta strep. Right? So it's a super hard decision to make for most families, because it's choosing something that may help but is not 100% guaranteed.
This is not written in stone.
Right.
Because we don't know what the road is that lies ahead. You can change your mind.
Right.
Just like everything. My main thing is that I want you to know what all your options are.
And between now and then, we're going to see you this Saturday.
Yeah, at 10.
Yes, at 10, exactly. Perfect, you got it.
So I had went to the clinic with a few of my friends, and I didn't really know what to expect. But going in, it just felt like a very safe space. It was also interesting being able to see all of the practitioners and all of the patients getting worked on and healed, and just the abundance of options that there was. And initially I met Sada to get an abdominal massage. It was really nice because her station was separated from everyone else's. She was able to set up her own space, and it had its own energy. And just getting to know her within the moments of the massage, she was very open, and she asked me about my pregnancy and my plans. And I told her that we plan to have a home birth, but the finances associated with home birth was a deterring factor from us making a choice. And she just let us know her views on home birth, and that every woman should be allowed to have that choice. She gave me her card, and a few weeks later we contacted her, and from then it's just been very supportive.
So I feel very comfortable. You know, they're very open and understanding people. They'll definitely help ease the anxiety of it. I respect and I love what they do.
So meeting Sasha was really special because I treated a lot of women that day. I saw about 50 women at the Women's Healing Clinic each day. And Sasha was pregnant, and that was obvious. She was just starting to show, and I noticed it right away. And after I did her massage, I asked her if she had a midwife or was getting prenatal care, and she said no, but she wanted a midwife, but she knew she couldn't afford one. And to me, that was an invitation to share with her that my philosophy as a midwife and the philosophy of all the practitioners at the Women's Healing Clinic was that we wanted to be a bridge between our traditional healing and marginalized folks, low-income folks, folks of color, folks who traditionally don't get access to our services. So I immediately told her I would be her midwife and that she didn't have to worry about money. And I don't know if she believed me right at first, because that is not the world we live in. Oftentimes, people say things and they don't have the follow-up. So I got her contact and immediately followed up with email, making sure she knew I was serious. And I had the first meeting with her and her partner within a week or two after the Women's Healing Clinic. And that was early in their first trimester, around 14 weeks pregnant. And now she's due. I've been her midwife her whole pregnancy. And we've worked out a relationship in which we're both being compensated as we need to, but money is not the object. It's more about building a relationship of trade and barter and making sure that her needs are first and foremost met, and my needs as a midwife are met by being able to serve the community that I want to be there for. Well, one of the things that we talked about with the healing clinic was that we were going to have to get used to abundance coming to us in ways other than financially. And we made the commitment as practitioners that we would provide further services for the people we saw at a discount. So anyone I saw at the Women's Healing Clinic could come see me at a discounted rate so that they could actually get real follow-up. And I saw someone at a discount shortly after the clinic, and I'll admit what they paid me at the discount was minimal, and I needed more to pay my rent and to, pay for the lights to stay on at the birth center. But that same night, I ended up needing that exact amount of money that they paid me to go join a gym. They were doing a little discount week, $25 for me to be able to work out for a week. And I realized that it was because I had that extra $25 in my pocket that I could go do something for myself I wouldn't normally do. So no, it didn't keep the lights on, but it kept my spiritual lamp lit so that the next day I could go out and seek clients who could afford to pay more. So really the bottom line is finding that balance, making sure when you're getting fed in a spiritual way, you appreciate that for what it is, and you appreciate your clients who feed you for that. And knowing that you also have to run that other part of your business where people who can pay full service are also being invited in. And that's the balance I hold as a midwife, is that I serve folks who can pay my full fee and I serve folks who cannot. And I say to them up front, pay as much as you can because you'll be paying for someone else who can't pay as much. And even those who pay a tenth of my fee are paying for somebody who can't pay anything. And they know, and they meet each other because we have groups, and they know that about each other, and it fulfills them as well.
In connection to the healing clinic, I think that it's a phenomenal resource for people who are introduced to those elements of healing or those who are not, because it's something that we need, is important, because we all have a lot of healing that we need and we sometimes avoid or don't acknowledge, and it's definitely a safe space to be able to take those leaps. Maybe you've never had acupuncture, or you don't know about herbs, or just the different elements of healing that are available, and just knowing and trusting that you deserve those things, and being able to feel empowered that these resources are here and that they're here for you is definitely a blessing. And it's something that's amazing to see that it's happening here and now, and that it's for the people versus it just being a commodified service, but that this collection of women is providing it is just really amazing. And it's a wonderful resource that we should expand. And everyone should go and promote it and support it.
Transformation in practice. Truly. It's actually being the change. Practicing the transformation is beautiful.